Hello there, welcome back to Scotland. I'm just on my way up to the Isle of Mull. I'm taking my sister back home, and on the way through Glencoe I've decided to stop, try and get a couple of little videos for you. First stop, you'll recognise this from previous video, the beautiful Black Rock Cottage. Join me in a minute and I'll talk you through a couple of photographs. We've got some beautiful heather down here that I'm going to try and incorporate. Trouble is, we've got this tree in the way, so we're getting the buckle in the background. I may make it into a little pano so I can get this in as well, but blowing a gale as you can see. So let me find a couple of compositions and I'll show you what I'm doing. So as you can see, it's absolutely, it's blowing, it's almost taking me off my feet, the wind is that strong. Just found a little bit of heather. I can't incorporate the heather that's just down here. This is just, I'm obscured with the buckle with the trees. I've just found this little tiny bit of heather down here. I don't want to get too low because then I'm cutting off the bottom of the cottage, so I'm going to shoot this as a little vertical, focused on the cottage, and I'll probably focus again on the buckle and maybe just down here in the foreground. There is another lovely shot with this big boulder and the little stones just there that I'm going to line up shortly as well. They look fantastic. What I really want is this stuff, but I just can't. I can get the cottage, which I will line the shot up shortly with all this beautiful heather, and it'll be just the cottage, but you won't see the buckle in this shot because of the trees. It looks stunning, it looks absolutely stunning. So I'll show you the back of the camera with this shot and talk you through the thinking with it. So as you can see, I'll focus on the cottage there. Let me just move the focal point out of the way. We are losing some of the cottage, but what I don't like is all this area between the foreground and the cottage. So I think I may have no choice but to try and come a little bit lower to try and get it in. I've just noticed now a couple of thistles just to the left. So yep, this shot I'm shooting ISO 200 just so that I can try and freeze this bit of grass down here. It looks beautiful, it does. I'm shooting f6.3, so I'm just doing a focus stack. Everything will be sharp with this anyway. But I'm going to alter these settings shortly for when I try and take this big rock just to the right of me. I'll put this on for you right now to have a look at. Now down to this beautiful heather. It looks absolutely fantastic. It is bright purple. There is a peak in the distance behind. It's not the buckle, it's the next peak along. Can't think of the name of it. But I'm now going to try a shot with this heather and the cottage. I'm just trying to make my mind up whether to shoot from here a little bit closer or more round this way. I don't know. I think if I go down this way, there's some beautiful little, I don't know what it is, little like white grassy stuff down here. It looks beautiful, it does. But I would have loved to get this heather with the buckle in the background as well, but it's not to be. So let me show the back of the camera and I'll talk you through again we're thinking with this shot. Looks beautiful. I love this heather. For this shot, you can probably hear the wind on the microphone, but for this shot it is all about this foreground with the heather, with the cottage and the peak in the distance. I'm going to do a focus stack literally there and on the cottage. The settings for this, again, ISO 200 at f11. It's giving me 250th of a second, so it should just freeze the grass down there that's moving about. I'm loving the shot. It's a shame that there wasn't a bit more heather, just over a little bit more, but it looks beautiful, it does. I always thought that you could stay in this cottage, but there is a sign here saying private Ladies Scottish Climbing Club. So I'm going to get a shot with a sign in the photograph, just so that if anybody wants to look this up, the sign's there. You know, if you want to join the Scottish Ladies Climbing Club, feel free. Beautiful shot though, and I'm loving it. I'm going to move on and try and get something a little bit farther up through Glencoe before I go get the ferry. I was having to do some waterfalls, but there's, looking at all the little rivers and streams, there's no water on them again. It has been quite dry up here, so I think the waterfalls are going to be a no-no. Yeah, this is a beautiful little spot. If ever you come to Scotland through Glencoe, just turn off by the ski resort and you have Black Rock Cottage. Absolutely fantastic. The link's down in the description, plus a link to my sister's guest house on the Isle of Mull if you're interested in that. There's also a link to coffee if you fancy just supporting the channel, me and Betsy. Buy us a coffee. There's a link down in the description. Subscribe. We'll do it all again next week. And until next time, here's a few photos of this beautiful iconic scene. It's just a must do. When you come through here, you've got to do this shot. Absolutely stunning. Until next time, take it easy. Catch you soon.